Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the fact that we're waiting 2 years before we have new zombies content. Now, I know that obviously most of you know this, but I don't think it really has settled into anyone's brain how long this period of time is going to be. So, for reference, if you guys remember back to BO2 to BO3, that gap in the zombies community was massive. Now, I'm sure many of you don't remember, but in between this gap, it was honestly, I'd say, the golden age of the zombies community, in my opinion, because you had rising YouTubers like Mr. T Lexify and the Smith Plays, absolute godfathers in the community, and this sort of time period gave rise to them because there was not really a lot of stuff to make content on. It was basically just you talked about BO1, BO2, and then World at War, and Lex gave rise to the top 5 era, right? But there really wasn't much to make content on. So people really had to be creative with what they were making content on. And you could really see that from that era. And honestly, I think it was one of the best eras in the zombies community. It's when I got into it. So yeah. And then Ghost came out, as you guys know, in 2013 between Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. And it had Extinction, but that was kind of zombies, but not really. I can make a whole video on Extinction. But basically it was just wrong place, wrong time. People expected it to be zombies, and that's not what it was going for. So, it kind of died really quickly. And then Advanced Warfare released, and we got Exo Zombies, and Exo Zombies I think is the worst zombies iteration we've ever had, even worse than Vanguard. And, it's just, you guys know Exo Zombies, it's just pretty bad. Not really much to make content on. People made Easter egg guides, the usual stuff, but there really wasn't much to go back to. But at least it was zombies content to hold us over until BO3. Now, in between BO3 and BO4, obviously BO3 was a huge season. It was great. Amazing. But in between BO3 and BO4, we had IW Zombies first off, which now is being praised, but if you weren't there back then, it was a highly critical game. No one liked IW. Everyone was shitting on it. And it was really only Mephistopheles that made everyone start liking it again, but yeah, really bad time in the community, and it was basically just everyone playing BO3 for another year. And then same with World War II, as you guys know, the zombies wasn't really that good, and then the community just kept playing BO3, and that was pretty much it until BO4. And then when we got BO4, it was a really rough area because BO4 zombies wasn't as good as BO3. In my opinion, that's debatable, but the large part of the community just did not like BO4, so they continued BO3 and BO4. There was zombies content to play. Now, in between BO4 and Cold War, obviously we got one game. It was Modern Warfare. Didn't have zombies, but Warzone was huge, so that didn't really matter. Every single COD creator, doesn't matter who you were, was playing Warzone, so yeah. And then we got Cold War. As you guys know, this is when I started making videos-ish, and Cold War was pretty good. Not really much else to say, just good game. And then obviously we got, actually after Cold War, in between Cold War's, eventual, the end of its life cycle, Cold War, there was rumors about Vanguard Zombies releasing, and it eventually did. And we all had high hopes, but it was really bad. And, Vanguard happened, and it was zombies content, obviously, but it wasn't like a full season's worth of content. Vanguard Zombies just felt like a little bit of extra maps that we had, but it didn't feel like BO3, BO4, Cold War. It didn't feel like a whole season of zombies. It just felt like some side little mode that we could play. So it wasn't really zombies content. It was zombies content, but it wasn't really as much as a full game was Treyarch Games worth of content would have given us. It wasn't that level of satisfaction. No one was really satisfied with it. So, you can kind of count it as a zombie season, but it wasn't as replayable as a full zombie season would be, if you guys know what I mean. There wasn't as much content. So, now we're in 2022 to 2024. And this is going to be a huge time period. Now, we've waited at most before it was in between BO2 and Advanced Warfare, it was a year for the zombies, 12 months. We're waiting now 26 months for the next zombies experience, which is, I can't even wrap my head around that. That's mind-boggling. That's crazy. So this next 2 years is going to be a huge drought. There's going to be no zombies content whatsoever. And this is going to be huge for creativity. Like I said, between BO2 and BO3, that was the second biggest drought. And in that one, we saw large content creators emerge, like the Smith Plays and Mr. T Lexify, and we saw new creative content. And I think that's what this sort of drought is going to really give rise to, is creative content from all of the YouTubers. And I'm all for that. I hope to create some cool creative content for you guys. I'm really passionate about that. I like creative ideas and stuff like that. I like making those kind of videos. So yeah, in my opinion, a lot of new content creators are going to rise out of this area. I think we're going to see a lot of new creators come out of the bushes to kind of show themselves and show what we got, and show what kind of creativity we can give to the community. So I know that Treyarch is cooking up something good for 2024. I don't think there's any doubt about that. I'm so excited for that game. When we see that teaser with a ray gun, popping out of the dark or something like that, when that COD 2024 teaser comes out for zombies, it's going to be amazing. And I'm absolutely so down for it. I cannot wait to see you guys there. It's going to be 26 months from now, so I'll see you guys then. I might look back on this video, but other than that, I just wanted to let you guys know we're going into the dark times of the zombies community. I think we're going to look back on this time, and we're going to maybe see a lot of cool creative content out of it. We're going to definitely see some creative ideas shown. We're definitely going to see some new YouTubers, come out of this era, and we're going to definitely all change as people coming out of this era. And I think it's going to be a good time, but it's also going to be a bad time for people who can't really, break themselves into the zombies community or maintain themselves, because this sort of era is going to be a lot more about survival rather than bridging ourselves into the community. It's not going to be about growing yourself. It's going to be about surviving. So I'm all for it, guys. I'm going to look back on this video probably in 2024 and have a good laugh. So anyway, peace out.